Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a simple macro in Microsoft Excel. Let's get started. Firstly, I'll click on Microsoft Excel. Now, why would you want to use macros? Imagine receiving a spreadsheet from your manager every single month, with customer names in one column and balances due in another. Your manager needs the data formatted in a specific way. I'll switch to another tab to show you how my manager wants the data. As you can see, I've split the first and last names into separate columns and formatted the balance due for customers. Instead of manually repeating this every month, we can automate it by outsourcing the work to the computer using macros. To begin, we'll need to turn on the option that allows us to add a macro. To do this, click on the File menu, head to Options, and navigate to Customize Ribbon. Check the box for Developer, click OK, and you'll now see a new tab called Developer. Click on that, and you'll find an option for macros. By clicking on it, you can view all the macros existing in this workbook. Since I haven't created any yet, I'll demonstrate how to record a macro that formats this data. Click Record Macro, and I'll name it Customer Data. Note that for the macro name, spaces aren't allowed, so you'll either need to connect all words or use underscores. I'll use underscores here. Click OK, and now the macro is recording. You'll see a button to stop recording once you're done. Everything you do in Excel will be recorded as part of this macro until you stop recording. Firstly, I'll insert another column labeled First Name and Last Name. Then I'll highlight the names and navigate to the Data view, where I'll click on Text to Columns, selecting Delimited, and separating by space. This action splits the first and last names into separate columns. For the balance due, I'll highlight cells, go to Home, choose Conditional Formatting, and set it to highlight any cell with a value greater than 0. This formatting matches the style on the other sheet. Next, back in the Developer tab, I'll click on Stop Recording. Now to showcase running the macro, I'll undo the changes I made. I'll also copy the customer data to another sheet. Clicking on Macros, you'll see the existing macro named Customer Data. I can run it, and it applies all the necessary formatting. The beauty here is that next month, when I receive a different set of data, I can simply run the same macro to apply the formatting. There's an option called Use Relative Reference, which means if your data moves to a different location, the macro will still run from that starting point. You can also insert a button to run your macros quickly. By clicking on Insert, choose Button, and assign your macro to it. Now clicking this button will format all the data. To further customize the macro, you can access its code by clicking the Visual Basic view. Here you'll see the code behind the macro. You can make modifications, changing details like column names or selecting different cell ranges. Remember, when you're saving a workbook with a macro, you'll need to use the Excel macro-enabled workbook file type to keep the macro attached. And that's it. Macros in Excel are a lifesaver for handling repetitive tasks. They enhance efficiency, allowing you to work smarter, not harder. Thanks for watching. And if you found this video useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content like this.